a short version. Back at 16, I had an experience with a being called Celeste. Okay. And I didn't know how to articulate that experience at the time because it was like the near death experience, the one near death experience where it's just like I access all this information and I could just tell you the feeling that it felt unconditional love, it felt this and that. But this being called Celeste was showing me everything from the creation, the first creation, uh, the my name, my soul name, how important I was, how important we all are, showing me time. Now, time are like these thin layers of glass that could be, you could actually fast forward and go back into time because everything's recorded. And this was part of the universal records of everything is known to all beings on the other side. She was showing me the multitude of constructs. And like I said, no idea how to explain this. And she fast forward through event markers of where this earthly realm was going to be within my lifetime. And she showed me where it was and then where it was going to be, which was a big celebration. And I'll just leave that at that for now.
Yeah, we're gonna bookmark that and come back to that.
Okay. And then basically when she showed me that, she said, "Oh, you could stay here. If you want, you could stay here." And I have this, it was so familiar to me, this place, that it was my home. That this place was my true state. And actually back in the earthly realm, that's what I'm calling it here, this earthly realm people call Earth. Yeah. But it seemed like my life was a matter of seconds when I was there. Like the whole thing was just like, oh, this was just a dream because this is my true state. Yeah. And she said, if you stay here, you could stay here, but you could go back, you're going to forget what I told you. I said, no, I'm not going to forget anything. And then so I made the choice to come back because I was showing certain things and it was my soul that desired to come back to make that choice.
Yep.
Because I knew that this was very temporary in terms of the greater picture of all things.
Yep.
And that what this adds to me and all souls, you're experiencing the unexperienced here. When you experience the unexperienced, you gain a certain perception of wisdom that would have never been birthed unless it was experienced. You see? And so I forgot that. Now, this is why I said you need to go back into the past. Now going to Morocco. So from 16 and then, leading up the current years, out of bodies here, out of bodies there, not much control over it. But Morocco, that's when everything started to kick off. And you could say it's part of one of the landlines or something within the realm, or part of a timeline of mine where it was just going to turn on. Where I was having out-of-body experiences uncontrollably. I could not control them. I begged them to stop because an out-of-body state is like having a near death. So I felt like I was dying every single night. And I was staying in the room, accessing these spaces, etc. And that's when I started to learn, okay, this is how to get control over the state, how to control, how to leave, how to adjust, how to dial it in. So it wasn't so chaotic all the time for me, because you end up getting burnt out. The physical body does anyways.
And it begets the question, so